please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Shifting gears then to the big global story that we're tracking at this hour. A Pakistani court has convicted former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in the corruption case, and he has been sentenced to 10 years of imprisonment. Sharif's daughter Maryam has also been sentenced to 7 years in prison. Remember, both of them are currently in London, where Sharif's wife is receiving cancer treatment, and the verdict comes just 3 weeks before Pakistan goes to polls. Let's bring in CNN News 18's Zaka Jacob for more details on this story. Zaka, appreciate you joining in. What exactly is the crux of the entire case, and more importantly, how will this impact the upcoming elections in Pakistan?
Well, this is essentially the Panama Gate case where Nawaz Sharif and his children were implicated, most notably Maryam Nawaz, his daughter. So they've been sentenced now, Nawaz Sharif to 10 years and Maryam Nawaz to 7 years. The interesting thing is the timing of today's verdict, because both Maryam and Nawaz Sharif, as you mentioned, are in London. They're not in Pakistan. So there is speculation that perhaps this was timed in such a way that it gives them some kind of safe passage, if not exile, either in the UK or in some other country. Remember, Nawaz Sharif was in exile for the better part of the first decade of this century after he was ousted in a coup by General Musharraf, who later went on to become the president of Pakistan. So this could perhaps be paving the way for both Nawaz Sharif and Maryam to find an honorable exit, to find a life in exile. Or on the contrary, they could come back, but the moment they land back in Pakistan, they will get arrested. They will have to challenge this in an appellate court. The question is, politically, this is pretty much, at least for the foreseeable future, the end of the road for Nawaz Sharif. He cannot contest in the upcoming general elections. There's every likelihood that this would politically damage his party, the PMLN, and this could likely pave the way as well for some kind of an arrangement where Imran Khan cuts a deal with the army, because we know that the army is all powerful in Pakistan, that Imran Khan cuts the deal with the army in a way that he is the front runner for the upcoming general elections.
Absolutely, Zaka. Appreciate you joining us with all those details. Zaka, they're indicating it could be the end of the road as far as the foreseeable future is concerned for Nawaz Sharif's political ambitions. But moving on, the UK High Court's enforcement order to seize Vijay Mallya's assets in the United Kingdom has come as a shot in the arm for SBI-led consortium of Indian lenders. SBI's managing director Arijit Basu has hailed it as a landmark judgment. Talking to the media today, the SBI MD reiterated that the bank is working closely with its counsels to recover the dues from the beleaguered liquor baron. Let's listen in.
This is really a landmark kind of order, where there is a worldwide freezing order on his assets, and this came up in the month of May, 30th May to be precise, and then again subsequently in the month of June, on 26th June, there has been an order in the UK court that this has been upheld. So we view this very positively, and we are very, very hopeful that going forward we will be able to recover our money. We have appointed counsels in London who guide us. There are various laws which operate between different countries, which allows us to go beyond our national borders. With the efforts that we have made, it was possible to get this worldwide freezing order, and it was also possible to make sure that the UK court, which again, as you know, is they have their own rules and regulations, have actually upheld this, and we can now proceed. So we are working very closely with our counsels in London, with the government agencies. We are getting full support from the government, and they are very, very committed to this process.
Keeping it with the key headlines then, days after the PMLA court in Mumbai sent a notice to Vijay Mallya to be present in court or be declared a fugitive offender, the Enforcement Directorate is now planning to move the court against Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. Let's bring in Utkarsh Chaturvedi, who's joining us from the Mumbai newsroom with more details. Utkarsh, when exactly is the ED likely to move the court, and will it also mean seizure of their assets?
Exactly. What our sources tell us is that ED will approach the court next week to file an application under the new Fugitive Offenders Act. Along with that, ED will also present a list of assets currently attached by the agency, looking for the permission to confiscate and sell the same. The total value of the assets ED is looking to confiscate is around 5,000 crore rupees. The valuation of gems and precious stones attached by the Enforcement Directorate is around 1,500 crore rupees. This is a major drop from the valuation done in the first round of seizures by ED. The reason behind this drop is that the independent valuations which were done later revealed that Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi used fake and low-quality diamonds. Now, this has had a major impact on the recovery process. Other assets, including properties, stake in private companies, cars, expensive watches, are worth around 3,500 crore rupees in this case. Now, after ED filed an application, the PMLA court will give 6 weeks to both the accused to present themselves before the court, failing which the court will declare them a fugitive economic offender. This will allow the Enforcement Directorate to confiscate their assets and sell them. But whatever happens in the Malia case will set a precedent for all the future cases, not only this, to be heard by PMLA under the new law. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that as well.
Thanks, Utkarsh, for bringing us all those details. Meanwhile, to all the action from North Block, the IT department is looking at widening its horizon in its effort to curb cash transactions above 2 lakh rupees. Now, Section 269 ST, which is a part of the Income Tax Act, was introduced last year precisely for this purpose. Now, the taxman is going after violators, and the list seems to be long and varied. Timsi Jaipuria is bringing us all the details. Timsi, what kind of establishments and businesses are we talking about here?
The IT department is tying the noose around those who are accepting cash transactions over 2 lakh rupees. Various investigation wings of the tax department across India are undertaking special drives to nail down such tax violators, thereby curbing black money. This time under radar are luxury retail brands, hospital chains and auto dealers and many more. The drives, which started in January this year, led to a whole host of investigations and data analysis. Tax department sources share that these establishments were found flouting Section 269 ST of the IT Act, which limits people from making or accepting cash more than 2 lakh rupees. Some of the big hospitals, tax department claims, who are being caught for this violation include Leelavati Hospital, Mumbai, which was charged a penalty of about 14 crore rupees for FY18. Apollo Hospital, Delhi, which was caught for about 5 crore rupees of violation, and Max Hospital, where investigations are still going on. When contacted, Max Hospital said that they comply with all guidelines, laws, directives of the IT department. Apollo Hospitals was also reached out by CNBC TV18, and they added that they are not in receipt of any intimation from the IT department. Not just hospitals, stores of top luxury brands such as Gucci, Roberto Cavalli, Versace, Missoni, Salvatore Ferragamo, etc. too were seen violating this rule. IT department officials say that bulk of the violations were detected in Delhi and Mumbai stores. Auto dealers too are under taxmen's radar. Some of the auto dealers which have featured in this drive include the ones of Harley Davidson, Maruti, Hero, Audi, Jaguar, etc. So all in, a huge drive to curb black money is going on. Back to you.
Meanwhile, Revenue Secretary Hasmukh Adhia today clarified there is a need to protect revenue collections from GST at the moment, and hence the room to cut rates may actually be limited. Speaking to reporters earlier today, Adhia added that at the moment he was not in a position to commit to a slash in GST rates.
In terms of simplification of rates, slabs, we do understand the need for it. But we did what was the best possible in the given scenario. We couldn't have done anything other than this because we have to take care of revenue.
I am confident that as soon as the stabilization as revenue is there, and the GST Council will be able to take a proper view on this. They will be seized of the matter, and I'm sure that decision in the interest of the overall country will definitely be taken very shortly.
Straight then to the top political story that we're tracking this hour. With a possible SP-BSP tie-up on the cards and a string of defeats in the by-polls, the BJP has decided to revamp its Uttar Pradesh strategy for the 2019 polls. Sources tell your channel that Amit Shah and RSS have jointly decided to crack the whip on non-performing lawmakers in the state. The party may deny tickets to as many as half of sitting MPs in the state. Let's bring in CNN News 18's Pranshu Mishra, who broke that story earlier today. Pranshu, thanks for joining us. What was the trigger for this decision by the BJP actually?
Yes, clearly it's a significant decision, and it comes out of the BJP's urge to basically, turn the fortunes or turn the political tables out here in Uttar Pradesh. We have seen that how BJP has been humiliated at least in 3 Lok Sabha constituencies of Gorakhpur, then Phulpur, and of course latest being Kairana. So clearly the BJP basically wants to ensure that when it goes to fight the election against the united opposition, the Samajwadi Party and the BSP, its own candidates on the ground should be such faces who can actually have that strength to fight the joint opposition's might. That is point number 1. The other thing, of course, is that BJP clearly realizes that there is, of course, a natural undercurrent as far as the anti-incumbency is concerned, and therefore, in order to fight this anti-incumbency, it clearly wants that new faces should go, and that's the reason why when Mr. Amit Shah was here over the period of past 48 hours, he kept on meeting the party with RSS leaders and also the important leaders within the organization. Not much of the time was given to the elected leaders, the member of parliament across Uttar Pradesh, and the message which has gone out is very clear that performance would be the yardstick, and as of now, the most of the MPs, almost 50 out of those 71 who have won in 2014 out of 80 seats from Uttar Pradesh, they have been given this message that perform or perish. So the sources clearly say that more than 50% of the elected MPs right now in Uttar Pradesh would be replaced by the BJP. BJP will try to come out clean, fresh, fight anti-incumbency, and also by this mechanism try to fight out the might or the combined strength of the joint opposition.
Pranshu there bringing us the revamped strategy for BJP in Uttar Pradesh. But it's also time to take a look at some of the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. For the first time after the Supreme Court ruled in favour of the Delhi government, Arvind Kejriwal and his deputy Manish Sisodia met Lieutenant General Anil Baijal today. Kejriwal claimed that the Lieutenant General refused to hand over the control of Services Department to the state government, despite Anil Baijal's assurance of his support and cooperation. Uttar Pradesh has become the latest state to ban plastic products. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath today announced that he has issued an order to impose a blanket ban on the use of plastic across the state from the 15th of July. But this is not the first time that the UP government has banned the use of plastic. Remember, the state had earlier imposed a similar order in 2016 and 2017, but could not implement the same. Latest in the Supreme Court allocation of cases controversy, the Supreme Court today once again reiterated that the Chief Justice of India is the master of roster. The Supreme Court bench was hearing a petition filed by senior lawyer Shanti Bhushan. The plea sought allocation of cases by a multi-member collegium instead of the CJI. The bench observed that the CJI occupies the role of first among equals and has exclusive duty of allocating cases. And if you're a true blue shopaholic, then this is news that you can use. After 12 long years since its initial proposal, Swedish retail giant IKEA is all set to make its India foray. The first of 4 stores will come up later this month in Hyderabad, and the city is already abuzz with excitement for what's in store. Now, days before you can actually shop at IKEA India, CNBC TV18 brings you this exclusive inside look at the sprawling 5-acre store in Hyderabad. 50-odd countries globally, over 460 stores, and finally Swedish home furnishing giant IKEA is all set to say, hey India. They will be throwing open the gates of the Hyderabad store on the 19th of this month. But what exactly is on offer? Let's find out.
From children's toys to kitchen appliances, from office furniture to bedroom linen, from lights to entire cabinets, it's all up for grabs at IKEA's Hyderabad store at better than before price points.
Keeping in mind the local sentiment and affordability of the average customer in India, IKEA has promised that India is likely to be its least expensive market worldwide. Which is why a pack of 4 spoons is to cost you just 15 rupees, while a set of 6 bowls at 99.
The 5-acre campus of IKEA in Hyderabad is the size of the average Indian mall, but with built-in warehouse, assembly areas and a 1,000-seater restaurant. The company has done justice to the sprawling space. There are even designated display zones for IKEA's Made in India line.
IKEA procures over 20% of its product line for India from the local or domestic market and is looking to significantly ramp this up in coming years. In fact, the mattresses behind me are not just made in India, but supplied from a local manufacturer here in Hyderabad.
IKEA is going local in India, not only with restaurant fare which will boast of samosas and biryanis, but also offering the customer never-before services like assembly assistance, home delivery and eventually even online shopping.
From Hyderabad to Mumbai, Bangalore and New Delhi, IKEA is hoping to be present in 42 cities in India in coming years. But penetrating the Indian retail market will be no easy feat. Will IKEA be successful? The story unfolds July 19th. Nitya Balakrishnan, CNBC TV18, Hyderabad. With that, we're absolutely timed out on this edition of Reporter's Diary. But keep it with CNBC TV18, because up next is Commodity Champions. Thanks for watching.